Hello, algebra students. Mr. Lawrence here, and I made this little video so you can get a little bit of extra practice with this. It's called Finding the Nth Term, all right? So this is to help us with this. I'm going to do two quick problems. You can see on this first one here, I've already set up my table just to save me time. So I'm going to start all these problems the same way. I'm going to go and find the first differences. And it looks like here I'm going to have to subtract 18. And here I'm going to have to subtract, what was that, 30? Right? Yeah. Okay, and then here, if I did 91 minus 50, that would be 41, right? And it's only doing 4. So I'm thinking 42 minus 42. Yeah, this is good. I can see what's happening already. Maybe you can't see it yet, but that's okay. And then I've got 145, and the difference between that and 91. So 145 minus 91, let's see here, that's going to be a 4, and then 14 would be 5 of 54. Yeah, I like this. This is shaping up nicely. Now I'm just going to kind of scratch work over here. Just going to get rid of that. Don't you ever erase work, though. Your work is very important to me. I just do it for the interest of saving time. Excuse me, making it cleaner, making it look prettier. All right. Now, nothing happened in here. We know the pattern is not linear because the first differences don't match. So I'm going to go down to the second differences. And it looks like that's minus 12. And it looks like that's minus 12. Now, right here, you can stop because you see how it's repeating? I guarantee you this is going to be minus 12. Soon as it repeats itself, you know you have a pattern. Now, it's on the second level, so I know this is quadratic. So I'm going to use an n squared, right? But then for the quadratics, I have to take half of this number. Well, that'll be negative 6n. So this is going to behave something like negative 6n squared. So I'm going to come along here and I'm going to make my comparison line. Now, again, I'm going to erase something. I don't want you to erase this. I'm just doing it so it looks prettier. Maybe your parents are watching with you and it's their first time seeing how to do this. They're trying to help you, and so I'm going to demonstrate it this way, but I don't want you to ever erase work. All right, I'm going to fill in my comparison line. Remember, that means I'm putting 1 in for n. So this one here is going to be negative 6 times 1 squared. Well, 1 times 1 is 1, times negative 6 is negative 6. Right here, the second one's going to be negative 6 times 2 squared. 2 times 2 is 4, times negative 6 is negative 24. All right, I'm not going to write all these out. Once you get the idea, you'll do negative 6 times the quantity of 3 squared, negative 6 times the quantity of 4 squared, and here negative 6 times the quantity of 5 squared. So I'm just going to go ahead and do them. So 3 squared is 9, times negative 6 is negative 54. 4 squared is 16, that's going to be negative 96. And I believe this is going to be negative 150. Now remember, you only have to check this 3 times. How do I turn the green ones into the black ones? Well, I'm going to add 5. I like this one here. I'm going to add 5, right? Negative 150 plus 5 is negative 145. And this one looks pretty easy too. Add 5. Negative 96 plus 5 equals negative 91. I can check these others if I like, but once you've checked it 3 times, you know you've got your pattern. So my nth term is going to be negative 6n squared and then plus 5. And there you go. There's your nth term. It is a quadratic. Okay, one more for you. And let me scroll on down to it. There it is. Again, I've already made my table just in the interest of time. And so now I'm going to go find my first differences. So it looks like I've got plus 4. And here I have plus 16. And here I have 52. I might have a mistake in this, I'm not sure. All right, and then 233 minus 73 is going to be 160. Yeah, I thought I saw something, but I guess I don't. All right, I don't see anything at the moment, so I'm going to go down to the next level, second differences. And this one is going to be 12. And then 52 minus 12 would be 40. So it's going to be 36. Uh-oh. Nope, we're back on. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but it's okay. So it's going to be plus 36, right? Ooh, right here I'm thinking of something. I wonder if you're thinking what I'm thinking. And then here I am going to get 108. All right, now nothing's like obvious, but I notice that this is times 3 right here, right? 12 times 3 is 36. If 36 times 3 is 108, I've got my pattern because it repeated itself. It would be exponential. So let's check it. 36 times 3, we're going to get an 8, carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus the 1 is 10, 108. It is. This is an exponential pattern. All right, so I take this number that's being multiplied, and that becomes my base. And my exponent becomes the variable. Getting ready to do my comparison line now. Now remember, I don't want you to erase work. I'm going to erase this work just so it looks prettier and you can tell what's going on. But that's all very important work that led me to realize that this pattern was exponential. Okay, so now down here, I'm going to do 3 to the first, 3 to the second, 3 to the third, 3 to the fourth, and 3 to the fifth. Okay, so 3 to the first is 3, 3 to the second is 9, 3 to the third is 27, 3 to the fourth is 81, and then 243. All right, so now I'm going to compare up. And it looks like, let's see here. Here I'm going to subtract 2. Here I'm going to subtract 4. And then I'm going to subtract 6. And then 8. And then 10. So I'm subtracting different amounts every time. On the first one I subtracted 2. On the second one I subtract 4. Third one I subtracted 6. Fourth one I subtracted 8. Fifth one I subtracted 10. What am I going to do on the nth one? Well, did you notice that these numbers here are all twice as much, the absolute values of them that is, are all twice as much as the n numbers. So whatever I subtract must be twice as much as n. Oh, so that would be 2n. All right, there you go. That's your video. I hope this helps you out, those of you that are having a little bit of trouble. Mr. Lawrence signing off. Have a good night, everybody.